Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below. Let us know which of these secret storage spots surprises you the most. This video is designed to give you an edge in understanding the resourcefulness of World War II soldiers. But it's also a hands-on guide for anyone interested in practical history and survival skills. These aren't just stories. These are tested techniques that real soldiers used when rations were scarce and discovery meant danger or wasted opportunity. During World War II, soldiers learned to conceal food in ways that maximized both safety and efficiency. Commanders didn't teach it in manuals because the most effective spots were often improvised on the spot, driven by necessity. Overlooked by even the most disciplined troops, these hiding places reveal a lot about the ingenuity required to survive in hostile conditions. Today, we explore 8 hidden food storage spots that soldiers rarely thought to search, and I'll explain how you can apply this knowledge to historical studies, reenactments, or modern survival scenarios. Soldiers often stored food inside hollowed-out equipment and tools. Metal and wooden equipment, like rifle stocks, tool handles, and even the inside of spare canisters, became secret caches. Hollowing out the handle of a shovel or a pickaxe allowed soldiers to stash high-calorie items like jerky, nuts, or dried fruit without drawing attention. From a practical standpoint, you can replicate this idea by identifying tools in your own supplies that have removable handles. Use a small, tightly sealed container, wrap it in wax paper or cloth, and insert it into the hollow cavity. This method preserved food and kept it accessible during patrols without adding extra bulk to a soldier's load. Underground dugouts and foxholes often concealed more than weapons. Foxholes and trenches weren't just defensive positions, they doubled as micro-pantries. Soldiers would dig side compartments under the main trench walls to store rations, keeping them cool and safe from enemy eyes. The key was depth and camouflage. Shallow caches were vulnerable, while deep compartments insulated food against heat and moisture. Today, anyone studying historical trenches or practicing survival can use this principle to design hidden storage in gardens or wilderness camps. Dig a small trench-side cavity, line it with waterproof material, and bury your rations just below ground level for natural refrigeration. Hollow trees and natural cavities were improvised pantries. Soldiers in wooded or forested areas learned to use hollow trees, rock crevices, and root cavities as food storage. These spots provided natural insulation, keeping perishable items cooler than above-ground storage. For practical application, when mapping historical battlefields, take note of large hollow trees. They were more than just landmarks. Modern survivalists can apply the same logic when caching food in the wild. Choose a dry cavity away from animal paths and cover it with natural debris for concealment. False compartments in personal gear prevented detection. Backpacks, duffel bags, and even uniform pockets were sometimes modified to include hidden compartments. Soldiers would sew or tape small sections of their packs to create secure zones for dried or compressed food. This concept is directly transferable to any field kit today. Consider reinforcing a section of your own pack with an internal pouch for emergency rations. This keeps supplies available while reducing visibility, mirroring the same strategy soldiers use to keep their energy sources hidden. Barricaded walls and abandoned buildings became impromptu refrigerators. In urban combat zones, abandoned structures were exploited for long-term food storage. Soldiers would create hidden niches behind loose bricks, inside hollow walls, or beneath floorboards. The principle was simple: concealment and protection from environmental extremes. For those researching World War II urban warfare, inspecting the structure of these buildings reveals how resourceful soldiers were. In modern applications, similar tactics can safeguard emergency supplies in sheds or outbuildings, using hidden compartments behind walls or floors to prevent spoilage and theft. Camouflaged storage in plain sight was honestly surprisingly effective. Soldiers often disguised rations as ordinary items, paint cans, ammunition boxes, or even water containers. The key, really, was blending with surroundings while maintaining accessibility. You can, replicate this approach by repurposing containers that don't attract attention. For instance, store dried foods in nondescript metal tins in a garage or basement. This principle of disguise allowed soldiers to maintain a supply line that was nearly invisible to anyone not looking carefully. Food caches in vehicles maximized mobility and security. Transport vehicles such as trucks, jeeps and supply carts doubled as mobile storage units. Soldiers would hide food under seats, inside tyre compartments or behind panels to keep rations moving safely across front lines. Today, for reenactors or survivalists, this is a practical lesson in mobile supply storage. Reinforce hidden spaces within vehicles, ensuring that supplies are secure but easy to access in emergencies. Water sources were converted into dual-purpose storage spots. Finally, soldiers learned to store durable foods near or inside containers of water, sometimes within sealed waterproof bags submerged in barrels or cisterns. This method cooled the food naturally while keeping it hidden. Modern survival enthusiasts can adopt this strategy by using waterproof containers and submerging them in safe, controlled water sources. Always ensure the integrity of the container to prevent contamination. Understanding these 8 hidden World War II food storage spots gives a profound glimpse into the day-to-day survival strategies of soldiers. Each technique showcases the improvisation and resourcefulness that often made the difference between hunger and sustenance in extreme conditions. By studying these methods, history buffs gain practical insight, while modern survivalists can apply the same principles for emergency preparedness. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to After the Sirens and share this video with fellow history enthusiasts. Comment below with which of these hidden storage techniques you're most likely to use or explore on your next historical expedition. Every insight brings us closer to understanding the ingenuity of those who endured the most challenging conditions of World War II.